Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thanks, Asif bhai. Rasul Rahman sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that if you go to jail for the cause of Islam, you have no choice, but never ever wish to be jailed. अगर आपको इस्लाम के लिए जेल जाना पड़े, you don't have choice, you have to go, but never ever wish that you go to the jail. Behral, before Asif bhai, I forced you basically to let me speak because some I think हवा को थोड़ा सा regarding Pakistan and role of Pakistan, some comments were made which I believe and on facts that they are not in line with the basic cause of Kashmir. So I would respond to your question first. What has happened to our political prisoners at least since 2000? If we just go by the timeline, someone's speaker is on because I can feel there is fan is running or someone is in the bus. Okay. It is still there. Hasnan, if you can mute yourself.
Can we mute this, Hasnan? Can we mute the speaker?
It's okay now. So first things first. It has only been once, if I remember it correctly, and there is always this space to be corrected, and I would like myself to get one. That it's only once that Kashmiri political prisoners were released, and it was around 2002 or 2003. We had just yesterday this debate again, so I'm repeating it here for just information and how things have worked out in Kashmir. And as Tariq Bhai was saying that jail baro tahrik, etc., etc. So it has only been once that any political prisoner was released by India. It was when a part of All Parties Hurriyat Conference. From now on, I will refer it to APHC. A part of APHC engaged with New Delhi. So soon after that, a few of them were released. And if my memory supports me, never ever has been any political prisoner released by India under any pressure. So that is it first. Right now we have close to 50 people, 50 prisoners, to be correct, I think 44, who are in many jails across India, besides hundreds of them in jails in Jammu and Kashmir. So if I name a few, Ghulam Ahmad Bhatt is there is Altaf Ahmad Shah, there is Shibir Ahmad Shah, there is Masarat Alam, there is Pir Saifullah, Bashir Ahmad Bhatt, Ilyas Pir Saifullah, Farooq Ahmad Pitta, Ayaz Akbar, whose wife just recently passed away due to cancer, and there is Shahidul Islam, now he's a COVID positive, Altaf Fantosh, he is a diabetic patient, and many others. There is a son of this Sayyid Salahuddin, whose name is Shahid, he's also there, and many others. So these, and Asya Baji, Asya Indrabi, Nahida Nasreen, Fahmuda Sofi, these are few to mention, but very important names. Besides hundreds in jails, जो जम्मू कश्मीर की जेलों की जीनत बनी हुई है. Behral, these are those. So there have been cases. Nasir has already explained, and why I would quote here Joseph Lombard. He is a Jew, a professor, shuffles between Washington, Istanbul, and Jordan, mostly based in Jordan. He has written a paper, and I would say that that is a masterpiece for me. He advocates against right to self-determination. He says, when we say I have the right to self-determination to choose my future, basically I am giving legitimacy to the colonization, to the colonizer, that you are an occupier and I am seeking this right from you. No, this right is my right, and I don't give you right to be an occupier. So in case of political prisoners, so somebody was basically discussing, and even Tariq Saab mentioned it, that why should we ask them to release them? Why should not we ask them to release them? My question is that you are jailing them illegally on cases based on facade. They are political prisoners. The basic question basically which we missed and nobody mentioned here is, what is a Kashmiri political prisoner and how does he or she get this legitimacy, get this definition of a political prisoner? It is simple, but we have not mentioned it. That is that they represent APHC, which is the formal basis of this war of liberation, as Nasir Karti calls it. that calls for right to self-determination granted by United Nations. So these people represent, they are part of, through one or the other organization, members of these parties which seek right to self-determination, which seek
रियाज आपकी आवाज सही नहीं आ रही है रियाज भाई.
Is it okay now? Is it okay
Better.
now?
Yes, better.
So basically,
Better.
the basic thing is that how do we call them the political prisoners? What gives them legitimacy? What gives us legitimacy to call them and present them as prisoners of conscience, as political prisoners before the international community, and seek their release from Indian jails? It is simple.
Again, Riyaz, we are not able to listen to you.
Just a second.
Just I want to make a quick. There are multiple requests. I'll give everybody a chance to speak. So let everybody finish from the main comments. Then you all will get chance. Riyaz, go ahead, please.
So what I'm trying to bring to fore here is simple. That the role of APHC needs to be revived, not only revived, but made vibrant. And through APHC, let APHC take the leading role, and all other organizations who write letters, who make demonstrations, who meet government representatives or international forums, be their wings, arms and hands. The role, because if Masrat Alam, if Sayyid Ali Gilani, or for that matter Muhammad Ashraf Sehrai, who has now lost eyesight, if they are political prisoners, they are political prisoners because they represent APHC, which is a political wing of the War of Liberation. So the role of APHC, what is the role of APHC? First, that Pakistan recognizes. Second, India has engaged with them, a part of it. Third, and the most important, is this, that OIC has recognized APHC as true representatives of the Kashmiri people in 1994 Casablanca Summit. Why should not we ask for its revival? So it makes, at individual level, okay, you go on telling people and writing, and if anybody has this galat fahmi that I am writing it today, nobody has done it so far, you are living in a fool's dream. People have been there when we were pandering with here and there. So people have been doing this legwork, and they have made cases. It was Mr. Nasir Qadri may help me. Why was Shahid Jalil Indrabi? Why was he killed? Because he went to Geneva. Who took him to Geneva, or who made his case to come to Geneva? Because people were working. Maybe they are not on social media. Maybe they are not discussing on these spaces, and they do not have websites. Maybe they do not come on TV debates. Then the thing was, the resistance was there. So now basically faces have changed. The tools have changed, which we must use and amplify our voices over, like one guy from Texas was saying. So that is one point, that how do we amplify voice of being a political prisoner, is bring to fore the role of political APHC to put pressure. One is that. Second thing is this. If we take out, for example, we take out Pakistan for 10 minutes from Kashmir. So what is Kashmir then? Kashmir is like Pakistanis themselves say, many Pakistanis unfortunately, it is Balochistan. Or for that matter, it is a mouse thing, something internal matter of India. So if anybody feels guilty or apologetic that from Pakistan, and I understand these things because it is this thought is not new, it was there and has recently been revived because some people from Washington, who are linchpins of Washington in Islamabad, they tell it to Kashmiris. What I see it, if it does not, Dr. Asif Saab, it does not hurt anyone, by saying this, that Kashmiris should do it on their own, and we should feel apologetic about Pakistan first. And Pakistanis who say it, I am telling it to those, they are relegating their main responsibility. Pakistan is not important party. It is the only important party in the dispute. And when you go to Geneva, Kashmiris do not go to Geneva. It is state which takes the case. Kashmiris will give, and when you go there, it is basically that. Nasir, I would again say, because he is in constant touch with them, what these bodies and special rapporteurs and international forums seek is the personal submission by the victims. We have to work on that. And second thing, what will aid this Pakistan work is the special individual submissions. Second, that these organizations, there are 3,000 organizations in the name of Kashmir doing advocacy, doing everything, whether academic, whether human rights. My basic thing is, if you take Pakistan out of it, it becomes simply a human rights issue, which may be an internal issue of India. So the role of, whether you are sitting in Azad Kashmir, Islamabad, Balochistan, Karachi, Lahore, from wherever you are sitting, send an email, write a letter, put a post on Facebook. What is its importance? I recall when the 2010 uprising happened, Masrat Alam was finally arrested in October, and he was booked under PSA. It was like 24th PSA that time, something like that. And Amnesty International came out with a report in 2011, or most probably in early months of 2012. It was winters. I faintly remember it. Perhaps I attended that release ceremony as well. They called PS. They released a report on PSA. PSA is the so-called Public Safety Act, which is basically the copy-paste of Rowlatt Act, which was brought by British against Indians in 1918. So whoever would speak against British, they would jail him for 6 months. Now India has brought PSA in 1977 through Sheikh Abdullah. Up to 2 years, one can be jailed without trial. So they released this report, explaining the misuse and abuse of PSA, terming it lawless law. In that, on Masrat Alam, there's a big picture when Masrat Alam is being arrested and taken away by police. That picture is in that. They quote some officials from Jammu and Kashmir, and they say that Amnesty is asking them, why do you jail Masrat so often? So the response is like this: we need to keep some people out of circulation. So being in circulation is very important. Whether you come through political prisoners, whether you come through environmental concerns, whether you come through demographic changes, it is what remains in circulation is the Kashmir story, the basic Kashmir story, which is about plebiscite. So wheresoever we are, just pinging, sending emails, and wherever you are, for example, somebody is in Turkey. It is not, Turkey speaks on Kashmir, whether we go to them or not. But to keep this thing pinging in their minds, wherever you get a chance, university, chai shop, you get opportunity to meet lawmakers, you get opportunity to sit with NGO people. However, you are able to keep Kashmir in circulation. So as a student, I would say, wherever we are, it starts from my studies, that Kashmir must become a topic in a class whenever possible. If I'm a professional, in engagements with my clients, it must become a topic of discussion. So I think everything, I'm just repeating it, but my first 2 points, I would stop with that. Thank you very much.
Received. So important stuff here. So what Riaz was telling us, that there has been a work done in past. Okay, so that work has to be carried out today. If we do not carry out that work which has been done in past, we are actually not only betraying our own selves, but the people who have done a lot of work in the past. Another important thing, we need to engage wherever we need. The only request, we need to take care of our emotions. You got my point. So emotions here, all of us are emotional about the cause. All the speakers, all the listeners, they are very important part of the Kashmir cause. So we just need to pass a message that we have to be united and discuss it unanimously, whatever is going on. I'll come back to each of you later for the final comments. Here I would like to get Muzammil first, because he was waiting for some time, and then we will join on us for some more stuff. Muzammil bhai, please go ahead. Just a request. Try to focus on release of political prisoners and what are the remedies we can work on?
Jazakallah khair. Look, releasing political prisoners, Riyasa, to some extent, is very, very right. There has never been any pressure internationally whereby India has, or a successful pressure where India has released political prisoners. And I would go so far as to say that maybe it's not even Kashmir, maybe beyond the rest of India, that they've never really released anybody. So it